So, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing good. Today we are at day 21 of the April Deal Score Challenge and we have a hard level question in front of us. It's question 879 Profitable Schemes. Okay, so let me quickly explain you the question and then we'll go for the solution. So, these are the inputs which we are given. Just have a look at them and then we'll quickly understand what each of them are, right? So, we are given a group of n members, okay, and a list of various crimes that could be committed, okay. So crimes means there are two things given for the crime. First is a group, it is a list, and same for the group. Profit is also a list. Okay. So they're saying the ith crime generates profit of I. That means the zeroth crime, if we say, it generates a profit of two. Okay. And requires group I members. Okay. In group, the ith member requires its many members to participate in it. For example, if I talk about the zeroth crime, I will get a profit of two out of this crime, and I require two members to do that crime. Okay. If a member participates in one of the crime, that member can't be a member of the other crime. Okay. For example, here total members are five. Okay. So these two crimes can be done together. So two will do here, means two will do this. So total four. So four is less than five. That's why it's possible. Suppose my n is two. Okay. My n is two. That means two members will do. See, two members will do this crime. Two members will do this crime. Same members can't do. That means these two crimes cannot be done together. Then okay. Suppose my n is two. See, two members have already done this crime, then they can't do this crime. So the idea is we can't form a subset which includes both of them. Okay, so such a subset won't be possible if the n is five, n is two. Okay, in this case, in the original case, n is five. So see, if we add these two plus two, four, it requires only four members to do all the crimes. Okay, if we consider all the crimes as a subset, then it requires four, which is less than five. That's what's possible, right? If n is less than or equal to two, then it won't be possible, right? That's the basic idea. That's the what is meant by this sentence. Okay, this will form an important condition in my answer as well. Okay, let's call a profitable scheme any subset of these crimes that generate at least minimum profit, and the total number of members participating in the crime is at most 10. Okay, we cannot exceed n. That's the basic idea, and we are bothered about least profit only. Okay, see, this is a variable given to us, and n is also given to us, right? So we are bothered only about minimum profit. Okay, we are not bothered how much the profit can be. We are only bothered about the minimum profit. Okay, returns the number of schemes that can be chosen. Since finally we have to return the answer modulo 10.9 plus 7. Okay, so you might have answered from now that it's a question of dynamic programming. Okay, and one more important hint here is see all of the constraints. Okay, all of the constraints are okay 100. Okay, all of them are 100 only. Okay, you can clearly see that all of them are 100. So this will form a very important part of my answer. See, I am going to use a three-dimensional data structure, three-dimensional list, you can say, or array, to, in this case, for finding or storing the answer. Okay, these are going to be some of the parameters. Let me explain them first. Okay, pose means it's a sort form of position. Okay, the index of the crime that we are considering currently. Okay, this means these are the things going to be right. Which index we are considering currently? That is the index. Okay, you can call it index as well, but in my answer, I'm using it as POS position. Okay, count is the total number of members we have in the current subset we have selected. Okay, suppose we are considering our subset. So how many members we have selected as of now? That is the count. So whenever you talk of count, it means the number of members. Okay, it is related to n. This count should be less than or equal to n. Just remember it is this way. Okay, and finally the total profit. The total profit we are talking about is the profit generated so far with the current subset as we selected in our subset selected. So how much profit we're generating? That means it talks about this. Okay. Similarly, the count talks about this. Okay. So finally, let's come to the answer. We are declaring modest number 1 and plus 7. That is fine. Memo is, see, these conditions you are seeing, I am declaring a three-dimensional array of each dimension will be of 101. Why? Because we clearly saw here that most of the dimensions here are ending up to 100. That's why if we see these dimensions of the growth array, okay, it's going till 100. Then counts means in the total of members, which is n is again going till 100, and the total profit. Okay, the total profit is again going till 100. That's why I selected this. Okay, so all the dimensions are see, we are selecting instead of 100, we are selecting 101 to help us so that we can, if we cross the boundary, at least we have something, right? So instead of 100, we are selecting 101, and it's a three-dimensional array filled with -1. Okay, all the elements are -1 initially. I will quickly print and show you. You can clearly see all the elements are -1 here, right? Fine. Now quickly coming to the C. This is the function we are declaring to find the answer. Okay. Finally, our answer will be find of 0, 0, 0. Okay. These are the three variables. We are starting with position 0 with count 0. That means initially the subset which we have has 0 number of members, and finally the total profit of 0. Okay. So this is going to be my ending condition. Okay. If position, that means if we're considering if the all the positions are see, position will start from 0, it will go till the last. Okay. So position equal to length of rule. That means all the positions are already considered. Finally, we return if my total profit is greater than minimum profit. Okay. If the subset selected is generating a profit greater than minimum profit, then it will just return true. Okay. Which means it's basically it will return one. Okay, true or one, whichever you want, you can say. Now, see, in any case, we have two solutions. Okay, we have two ways. Either we select that particular C. Position means it is an index, right? We are at a current index. Okay, for example, we are at index 0. Okay, this is the number of mans required, and this is the profit we are going to generate. Okay, we can either select this in our subset or we can discard this. Okay, these are the two ways. I think I have not explained you the example. Let me do that first. See, in this case, it's required as 5. Okay, to make a profit of it. So minimum profit required is 3 in this case. Okay. So what we can do is we can select both of them because 2 plus 2 is again less than 5. So we can select both of them as well. Okay. Or what I can do is here they have mentioned the group could commit either crime 0 or 1 or just crime 1. See, this is a profit basically. Okay. I can do both the crimes as well and generate a profit of 5. So 2 plus 3, which is 5, is greater than 3. Or I can do only this. Okay. I can do only this because it is also generating a profit equal to the minimum profit. Okay. So we have two ways of see. This is what I'll ask of the question, right? We have to select two ways so that we get a profit which is greater than the minimum profit. Now come to this example. See, here minimum profit is 5. Okay. We have to at least get 5. What we can do is see these are the profits. You can see each of the profit itself is greater than the minimum profit. So what we can do is we can do any one of them. Okay, either 2 or 3 or 5, which we are seeing here, index 0, 1 and 2. Or we can do the same in par also. Index 0 and 1, index 1 and 2, index 0 and 2. Okay, and similarly we can do all of them together as well, because see the sum is 5 plus 3 plus 2, which is 10. 10 is less than or equal to n. Okay, that's all of them together also is possible. If n is less than 10, this together thing won't happen. Okay, that's the basic idea. This was the tracing of example 1 and 2. I will just show you how it helps here. See, that is what we're saying. If finally, after considering everything, see, we might have selected something, we might have not selected something, but when we are at the end of the array, okay, when the position index is the position which basically index is the end of it, we have written whether the total profit is greater than minimum profit or not. Okay, that is the basic idea. Now coming to the sub problem, see, at any instance, at any position, we have two options: either to select, either to do that particular crime for that index, or to not do it. Okay, so dealing with the repeated sub problem. Okay, so we are using a memorization approach. See, this we are storing the answers. Okay, if my answer is already calculated, that means if this particular for position is for this particular account and this particular total profit, if it is not equal to -1, see, because it's initialized with -1, right? If it's not -1, that means it's already updated. So return that. Okay. See, if this particular value is not equal to -1, then return that same value. This is a idea of memorization. That means we are reusing the solutions because this question has some repeated problems. So this way we are saving some of the calculations, right? Now coming to the two approaches. Okay. So waste, see, either we select the crime or we should not select the crime. Okay. This is for when we are not selecting the crime. Okay. So what will happen? We are just going to the next position. Okay. Position C. Compile this and this. Okay. Compile this and this. We are simply going to the next position. The count remains the same. The total profit remains the same. Okay. The other way is we include that in the crime. We select that crime. We are doing that crime. Okay. So first we'll check whether the count we already have and the number of months required for the current crime. If we add them, if there is less than or equal to n or not, because we have only n men. Okay. We have only n persons to do the crime. Whether it is equal to less than or equal to n or not. Only if it is less than or equal to n, this crime is doable. As simple as that. Okay. I already told you n is related to groups. Okay. Groups tells you how many members are required to do the crime. Okay, the current members, see, We have a subset already, okay? That many members are already required. These many men are already required. This men plus the men's required for the current crime is should be less than or equal to n, okay? Only if it's 10, then it's possible, otherwise it's not even possible, okay? So what we're doing is we are going to next position, okay? We are adding the group. See, this is required for this particular crime, and this is the already existing number of men required, okay? So we are adding this and this, okay? And see, because this question is all about whether we are able to achieve the minimum profit or not, okay? We are not bothered about how much profit we are achieving, we just bother about it should be a minimum of minimum profit, okay? Whether it's exceeding minimum profit or not. This is what we are doing here. We are taking a minimum of this, okay? Whether the profit which we are generating is at least greater than the minimum profit, then we will store it as a minimum profit. If it is less than the minimum profit, then we'll store it as it is, okay? The total profit plus the profit for the current position, okay? This is what we are doing. See, if it's less than minimum profit, then it will show as it is. If it is greater than the minimum profit, then we'll show the minimum profit only, okay? Because this will save us some of the steps, okay? See, this is also going to be a parameter in this array, right? So we are just trying to limit our array to see, because the minimum profit, as you can see here, has a dimension of 100. So we have considered this dimension only. If we consider, because we are not sure how much maximum profit will come, right? It will take a lot of space, but there is no use of storing them. We are concerned only about minimum profit. If any of the subset generates a profit which is less than, sorry, it's greater than or equal to minimum profit, then also we are fine. So we'll show whatever with the profit exceeding minimum profit, we will always store minimum profit only. If it is less than minimum profit, then we will store as it is, okay? That is the basic idea of it. And finally, whatever is the answer C, see, it will return some ways, okay? So this find function will return how many such possible number of schemes or subsets are there, okay? For which we are able to achieve the minimum profit, okay? It will return the count. So what we're doing is we are allotting that count to total ways, okay? And finally we are adding in the second case, again it will generate some of the counts, right? We're again adding into total ways. So total ways will have both of these. It will consider both of these when we are not selecting the crime and we have selected the crime, okay? We are doing the crime. So finally this total ways modulus the modulus this particular thing, we are storing it in our memorization, okay? We are memorizing that means we are caching that, okay? That is the most appropriate term for it. We are caching it, and finally we are turning it, okay? So our answer will be find of 0 comma 0 comma 0. That means when we are at index 0, when we have 0 man and when we have 0 profit, how many number of ways are possible to get a minimum profit, okay? That is the basic idea. See, this return 0 I did only for the testing purpose. It's not needed now, okay? I will just quickly run and show you. It's clearing all the test cases, okay? The space complexity will be, as you can see, how much space we are using because of this, okay? And obviously the time control will be similar because we are going through each and we are filling each one of them, and we have used memorization. That means we are not, see, sub problems will not be repeated, only the sub problems will be calculated once, right? That was all about this problem. If you have any doubts, please do comment below. It was a hard problem. I don't expect beginners to solve this kind of problem. And remember one thing, even in Google interviews and Amazon interviews, or whichever big company it is, you will be asked either easy or medium level questions which are to the harder side, okay? You will not be asked hard questions of Leetcode, okay? Hard questions of Leetcode are only for clearing your concept and trying to understand how the implementation is done in the extreme cases, okay? So just try to understand the solution, that much should be enough. Don't be too much worried if you're not able to solve this kind of questions. That would be my advice to you. And yeah, friends, that was all for today. Thanks a lot.